everybody, and welcome to Doctor Who Review. I'm your host, Morgan McAvoy, and today I'll be talking about the 2023 Christmas special of Doctor Who, The Church on Ruby Road. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, then you might want to stop watching, because remember, spoilers. Now, before I get to the review, I know you're probably thinking, Morgan, why are you filming your review for the Christmas special in March? Well, I was planning on filming this sometime early January, but early January, I fractured a bone in my left knee. So I thought it would be a good idea to wait until I felt that I was okay enough to film. And I've been told that the fracture is healing well and I'm doing physical therapy. So I thought now would be the perfect time to do it. With that said, here's the review. When the episode started with Ruby being left at the church when she was a baby, and then the doctor showed up, I thought that the doctor had been watching over Ruby since that moment. But that wasn't true. The doctor went back in time to save Ruby from the goblins. Doctor Who has always done a really great job at making you think something, but then add a twist to it. It was really cute to see how excited Ruby and her mom Carla were when they found out that they were going to be fostering a new baby. And even though they thought the baby's name, Lulubelle, was terrible, I thought it was cute. I also felt really sorry for Ruby when Davina called her and told her that they couldn't find any trace of Ruby's birth mother or birth father. But that also made me wonder if Ruby's birth parents might not be from Earth, since they would only be looking for Ruby's birth parents or anyone else related to her on Earth. Sure, it could just be that they just couldn't find anyone related to Ruby, but since this is Doctor Who, I think it's safe to say that this isn't the end of this storyline, and that we're going to find out about Ruby's biological family. I was also really concerned when the Christmas tree fell on Davina, but luckily the doctor went back in time and saved her. It was pretty smart of the doctor when he realized that the reason the goblins took Lulubelle was because of the coincidence that Ruby and Lulubelle had the same birthday, Christmas Eve. Even though it was horrible that the goblins were planning on eating Lulubelle, I thought the song they were singing was pretty catchy. And I loved that the Doctor and Ruby sang while they were escaping from the goblin ship. When the doctor told Ruby and Carla that he was adopted and that he didn't know who his parents were, and Carla said that that was a coincidence since Ruby was also adopted and she also didn't know who her birth parents were, and then the ceiling cracked and the doctor saw that the goblins left, it looked like everything was going to be okay. But then the doctor realized that Ruby was gone, and Carla and Ruby's grandmother Cherry had no memory of Ruby. And the doctor realized that since the goblins weren't able to get Lulubelle, they went back in time to get Ruby. So the doctor went back in time to save her. It was really sad to see how different Carla and Cherry's lives were without Ruby. I loved seeing Ruby figure out that the doctor is a time traveler. And it was nice that Mrs. Flood told Ruby good luck before Ruby walked into the TARDIS. I also have a lot of questions about Mrs. Flood. Since the first time we saw her, she was crabby and was arguing with one of Ruby's other neighbors and blaming him for the police box, which was the TARDIS, in front of her house. But after the doctor came back from going back in time, Mrs. Flood was a lot more pleasant, and she actually knew what a TARDIS was. I hope we see Mrs. Flood again. I have a feeling that we will, since we have to find out who she is and how she knows what a TARDIS is. Two theories that I've seen that I really like is that Mrs. Flood is an older version of Ruby, or she has some connection to Amy Pond, since Flood Pond. Whoever Mrs. Flood is, we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Doctor Who reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future Doctor Who reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!